I'm going to tell you a secret. I thought national park tours were only for the extreme budget traveler or the extreme luxury traveler, and I was wrong. This is how I saw 3 states, 4 national parks, and one of the world's largest ecosystems, all for a total of about $6,800 per person. I traveled alone. This is the value and the logistics breakdown of my late September trip through the American West. So to see this much ground in just 10 days, I chose an escorted tour with Gate 1. It was the 10-day Big Sky Country small group trip. This entire 10-day package, which included all ground transportation, 9 nights of lodging, 9 breakfasts, 4 lunches, and 4 dinners, was purchased for $6,441.
This is Jackson Lake.
The main challenge with a linear trip like this is the flights. Our itinerary started in Jackson, Wyoming, and ended way up north in Kalispell, Montana. My round-trip airfare ended up being about $250, which was booked separately as a multi-city. So a huge factor in saving money on this trip was timing. I was able to save about 20% off the listed price by catching a sale at the beginning of the year. I traveled solo, so there's usually a solo supplement fee, but this sale helped offset a huge chunk of that. So if you're not in a rush, always look for some kind of discount. They have them periodically if you sign up for their newsletter or visit some of the Gate 1 Facebook pages. Now for the full financial snapshot. Here's a quick look at the numbers. The other $152 was from the tip schedule they provide for the driver and the tour manager. It's up to you though if you want a tip or how much you want a tip. So the trip kicked off in spectacular fashion in Jackson Hole. Day 2 took us into Grand Teton National Park, and nothing prepares you for the sheer, jagged peaks of the Teton Range. After our main tour, we had free time at the lake, whose name I can't remember, but it was gorgeous. If the weather is good, the scenic boat ride is an absolute must to get up close to those imposing mountains. Day 3 was the big one, Yellowstone. The park is the reason the system exists at all, and it immediately shows you why. I learned on the trip that I think it was, I can't remember the president now, but he came and visited and was so inspired that it kicked off the national park system completely, and it inspired other countries to start national park systems. So I thought that was really interesting. But we crossed the Continental Divide multiple times on our way to the Upper Geyser Basin and the world's most famous thermal feature, Old Faithful. We timed our visit perfectly and were rewarded with a classic eruption, not just once, but twice. From there, the colors got insane. Grand Prismatic Spring is a geothermal artist's palette stretching over 330 feet. Make sure your guide takes you to an elevated viewpoint to see the full rainbow effect. It's absolutely breathtaking. The next stop, Fountain Paint Pots, offers a glimpse into the park's volcanic heart.
This expedition resulted in produced images and along with reports.
The next day was all about wildlife. The area is a massive ancient lake bed and prime viewing location.
Look at the baby.
This is where we saw the famous bison traffic jams, and yes, that did happen. Elk grazing, and our guide pointed out a few mountain goats, moose, and other wildlife off in the distance. Having an experienced guide or tour manager here is essential for spotting animals you would miss on your own. Finally, we hit the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone. Carved by the Yellowstone River, the lower falls drop a staggering 308 feet, more than twice the size of Niagara. It's a geological wonder that gives the park its famous Yellowstone name. Our final stop in Yellowstone was the ethereal Mammoth Hot Springs. These terraces of cascading limestone are another testament to the park's volcanic power, and the contrasting white and vibrant microbial colors make for incredible photos. We then departed for Montana, a state I'd never visited before but always wanted to. I remember back in North Carolina when I was living and looking for a new place to live, I just thought it was going to be in Montana. I was seduced by Big Sky Country, and I just knew I was going to live in Missoula. So this was an opportunity to check on that elapsed dream. So on our way to Bozeman, we stopped at the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center. This was a great way to see the apex predators up close, safely, and learn about their conservation
We're
efforts.
in Helena, Montana.
The evening was spent
Let's go
relaxing and
inside.
exploring the charming downtown of Bozeman, which was lovely. Some of the things we
Glacier
ate,
National
I wanted to
Parks.
make sure. So Huckleberry was really popular
That's
up
what we're
there. So you get Huckleberry lemonade, Huckleberry spirits, Huckleberry ice cream.
This is Lake McDonald's.
So I finally got a chance to try the Huckleberry lemonade, and I made a Shirley Temple with it as well. And I wanted to try trout because that is very prolific in the lakes and streams up there. So I did get to try that, and it was delicious. All the food we ate was really good, and they did a good job of picking it. And I would say 9 out of 10 times the service was excellent. They expected us, and we were sat, eat, and ready to go within an hour. The final stretch of the trip took us to Montana's capital, Helena, and then up to Flathead Lake. The scenic boat ride across Flathead Lake was a perfect moment of calm before our grand finale. Our final day was dedicated to Glacier National Park. We hopped into the park's famous vintage red buses to tackle the legendary Going to the Sun Road. This is an engineering marvel that crosses the Continental Divide through Logan Pass. The views of the remaining glaciers and the valley are spectacular and truly unforgettable. So due to global warming and just changes in climate change, I believe there's only 2 glaciers that you can see from the road. So in conclusion, traveling with Gate 1 allowed me to cover massive distances and see highlights I never would have managed on my own. For example, I didn't have cell service up there for one, so if I had tried to do this on my own, I would have been stuck just at day 1. The guide was knowledgeable, the logistics were flawless as far as even just navigating the roads, which are treacherous. You wouldn't be able to drive and see all the sights, and the package price offered was exceptional. The food was really good. The lodging, we stayed in a combination of really, really pricey hotels and lodges. The lodges were good in that they got you really close and inside the park. So, was the $6,800 trip worth it? Absolutely. If you're looking for an all-inclusive, stress-free way to conquer the great American parks, this is a blueprint you can follow. Hit the like button if this was helpful and subscribe for more travel breakdowns.